he whistled proudly, hopping and pointing at his despicable twin. Then quite suddenly, as if absorbing the scenes of his death, the reality behind his wish, his smile disappeared, anxiousness surging to his face. But he was looking at the painting closer now, at the calmness in his imagined self, the peace in his stretched eyes, for this was the wish he had wanted, the death he chose to prove something to himself, so that he could come back stronger. The fear went out of him, a new sense of power alighting. His eyes shot open in the painting, the head whirling to life. Peek-a-boo. Tetsu screamed and took off into the fields. "Well, you did say you wanted to come back to life, didn't you?" I said when I found him. But he just hugged me tightly, gripping at my robes long after the phrase was gone, as if somewhere deep inside he knew that he and I were about to have our own death, our days together at an end. I left Camelot with a heavy heart, procurated with doubts as to what happened to Arthur and his son in the years to follow. But I knew two things for sure about Prince Tetsu after that last lesson in the forest. He wouldn't be scared of death when the time came. And he'll steal another's wizard wish in the first chance he got. The apple, the one the Lady of the Lake had given him, kept in Tetsu's coat near his heart. I thought it a strange parting gift, since it couldn't have any real magic, her powers mostly gone. But from what I'd seen, Tetsu had laid it on thick, whispering in the lady's ear, eliciting a smile of love and gratitude, until she had drawn the apple out of her waters, a token of affection for him. I'd assumed that the prince had told Lemur that her sins were forgiven, that he still loved and admired her, so she could have the peace she needed. But now, looking back, it was more than that. He wanted something from her. He wanted her wizard wish. And whatever he had said to her at the lake had made her give it to him. These are the thoughts that went through me watching Tetsu's head swiveled from his body, like a scene in the boy's wish fish painting so long ago. Trapped on the staircase, I calculate quickly, my fists cuffed to the prisoner's string, my mind firing with teenage adrenaline. If Tetsu has the lady's wish, then he had to have said his wish. He had to have spoken it out loud. Of course, he did speak it out loud. After the snake had taunted him about having the blood of the higher, the blood of the king. Tetsu had looked away at him. "Then I wish Excalibur take my head for as long as it is true." As long as it is true. As long as what is true. Japan having the highest blood. Japan having the blood of the king. But Chadwick was the higher. which means Japheth has Chadic's blood on him. And Agatha knows it. That's why she looked stricken when she passed Japheth at the door. That's why she screamed through his gag to warn Tedros. That's why Tedros looked right at her before Excalibur cuts off his head. Because he knows she knows it. He's counting on her to know it. Only she hasn't made the connection yet. My head shrivels to Agatha and I see why. She's too short, her face dead white, her whole body trembling, lost to the horror of seeing her prince cut into. Meanwhile, Japheth stands triumphant in the chaos of frowning leaders, Excalibur back in his fists. I need Agatha to look at me, but Sophie and the witches are huddled around her, all of them a mess of tears. Guards will come any moment to take us to the dungeons. Look at me, Agatha, I think. Look at me. Look at... My head pops out of my pocket, hearing my thoughts. Not you, Agatha. My head lunges up the stairs and smacks Agatha in the head. Goodbye. Agatha glances at me. For the slightest second. The magic is already forming between my bound hands, my fingers spring apart just enough to release it into the air. Floating out of my palms, a pink orb of light, in the shape of an apple. Agatha stares at it through tears, then at me, confounded. I glare at her heart, willing her to think like me. She looks at the apple again. The apple Tedros wouldn't let her eat on our journey, even when she had asked. Her gaze sharpens like a knife. The apple, the lady, the magic. She understands. Tears dry up. Her jaw sets. Sophie sees the shift in her, follows her eyes onto me. But Agatha is already jumping on top of the banister, diving with her curved arms out, swooping like a phoenix towards the snake. Only one problem, all of us are chained to her.